Hi guys, it's me again. So I posted my very first video to my Dime Store Diva YouTube channel the other day. It was day 2 of unemployment and it's getting 200 plus views a day and I have like 70, 80 subscribers last time I checked. I'm not even sure what I'm doing or how to do it, but I think what I'm hearing from you guys is you are kind of on the same page as me. We're all struggling. We don't know what to do. This situation is new and big and huge. So as I said, well, let me give you a little bit of an introduction. Now, I will tell you, when I watched my first video, I did realize that I do some bad things. Like I say way too much. I say, way too much. And I touch my face way too much. So, well, see, there's another I will try to work on those things, but you know what? This is raw, this is real, this is me. And so, again, I'm Leonie Simmons. I own Lavish Salon in historic downtown Biloxi, just north of Mary Mahoney's. Due to the Rona, we are closed. So I'm unemployed for the first time in my life. I mean, and I'm still trying to figure out what to do with it. But as I said in my first video, is that I want to stay relevant. I want to stay connected. I want to connect with my clients, my friends, my Facebook Nation, my family. So see, there's again. So as I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do tutorials for real people. So let's address my hair clients. I'm going to do some tutorials on how to trim those bangs, foolproof way. My hair color clients, please do not go buy a box of color. I promise. I have a plan that I'm putting together. No, we will not meet in person. We can't do that. We got to stay socially distanced. But I'm going to be able to send you your color formula, like the real deal, the package. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I'm working on that still this week. So anyway, what I did talk about was doing tutorials on things that I know about, things that are in my realm, which is hair, which is marketing, public relations, customer service. But I have been known, and especially before the onset of the King of Bloody Marys, Zing Zang, I was known for my $1 Million Marys. So, why not share my $1 Million Mary recipe? And we're going to chat about some other things too. So while I'm doing this, we're going to talk about fear. So as I mentioned previously, this is so new to all of us. And no matter if you're unemployed or you're on the front lines, or God bless our healthcare workers, there's something we all have in common. Number one, we're all in this together. But number two, it's fear. And you may not want to admit it, but we're afraid. We're afraid of the unknown. This is the boogeyman we can't see. We don't know what's happening. So that's where I come in. I'm just going to be your friend, Leonie, your crazy hairdresser who I can't be behind the chair right now, but I can be in front of the camera. So tonight, let's just chat. Let's talk about, I'm going to share my $1 Million Mary with you. So first things first, Zing Zang, fantastic. I mean, it is probably the best thing that ever hit the market. My buddy Tom Ashcraft, we knew each other when Zing Zang was launched, and I was the past president of the Biloxi Chamber of Commerce and served on the Seafood Festival Committee for many, many years. And the very first year it was launched, he came out and we sampled Zing Zang at the Seafood Festival in Biloxi, sponsored by the Biloxi Chamber of Commerce. And that's when I fell in love with Zing Zang. And then they got the partnership. It should be on here somewhere that they have a partnership. Well, I don't see it, but anyway, with Perrins Worcestershire sauce. So anyway, King of Bloody Mary mixes, quick, easy, you can't go wrong. But that being said, I'm gonna give you my recipe for I'm a Bloody Mary hoe. I'm tagged in Facebook all the time with Extreme Bloody Marys. Everyone knows that I love them. They are a meal and a cocktail all in one, so that's not bad. I'm always on a weight loss journey. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We'll talk about that coming up. But they're actually pretty okay, except for the salt. You got to be a little bit careful with that. So I'm gonna show you how to make my $1 Million Mary, and we're gonna talk about fear. So I did some research online, reached out to some people, some therapist friends, and I found a lot of great information. So it's completely plagiarized, but I did put together a little list about some things that can help us overcome fear and kind of get through these next weeks, hopefully weeks, possibly months. So yeah, so let's kick it off. So first things first, I should say, I think the very first thing in this being overwhelming and too scary is to stay back off of too much news. If you feel like you're getting overwhelmed, let's back off of some news content. Maybe check your local news. As I said before, I check the CDC website, the state of Mississippi Public Health Department website, and then the World Health Organization, and just kind of keep myself abreast on the numbers so I feel like I'm in the know. But sometimes the media can get a little overwhelming. I do post on social media a good bit, and social media I think is amazing right now because we're all connecting. We're seeing so many wonderful things. But if it gets, scroll past the stuff that kind of makes you crazy. So, oh, and I do need to give a shout out to two dear friends who saw my first video and gave me honest feedback. These are the kind of friends who will take a group picture and crop your muffin top out for you. These are amazing friends. So the first one is T. Rankin. Little shout out to Teresa Rankin. Her and Lord Randall, two of my favorite people on the planet. And after she watched the video, my very first message was, it's amazing, but don't ever do that again without your wig and your lashes. So, that's a pretty good friend. And I was looking pretty pitiful the other day, and I was a bit overwhelmed. And then another Teresa Kavanaugh, one of our favorite sommeliers and best bartender ever and lifelong friend, called me out for having my robe on that was leopard print or tiger print or whatever you want to call it. And so she kind of called me Carol Baskin, and I love me some Tiger King. So instead of getting offended, I just went ahead and I'm sold out. And until I run out of leopard, tiger, and animal print materials, I will be wearing those in my videos. So there you have it. Love you too so much. Okay, so first things first. The base of my Bloody Marys, my $1 Million Marys, are V8, tried and true, and Clamato. Okay, now Bloody Marys come in so many different shapes, forms, and fashions. And guess what? If you don't like Bloody Marys, I get it. If you don't like tomatoes, if you don't like ketchup, whatever your gig is, I get it. I just hate it for you because if you have a hangover, you're kind of screwed because this is a hangover cure. But so you're welcome to tune out, or you can stay tuned in because we're going to talk about some great things anyway. So, Clamato and V8. Now, here's the deal. I make some cocktails. I am not a mixologist. Now, my buddy Fred Thomas, he's a phenomenal mixologist. He is, y'all know I'm involved with Biloxi Little Theater. Theater is a passion of mine. And Fred is our administrative director at the theater, and he runs all the front of the house. So he has a signature cocktail for every show, and he cannot even be challenged when it comes to what he comes up with signature cocktails. So good. And his Bloody Mary is to die for. So when I talk about what we're going to use as the alcohol content in the Bloody Mary, Fred uses white rum. And I ain't gonna lie, it's delicious. But we'll talk about that. And hopefully I'm gonna have Fred on in some series later on. And we're gonna talk about some more fun libations. So the other thing is, I learned to cook, we're Cajun, my grandmother, but mostly from my sister. My parents were both cooks. My problem is I don't measure anything, ever. So I'm obviously not gonna measure tonight. So we're gonna start in your shaker, and we're going to put some V8, okay, and we're going to put some Clamato. Now, people who use Clamato in a Bloody Mary, the technical term for that is a Bloody Caesar. So call it what you will. So I put my Clamato, okay. The Bloody Mary, if you research it, it was said to have been invented in Paris, and then came over to the United States, but people have done so many different things with it. I love Bloody Marys, just bottom line. I also love, when I get to the bottom of a Bloody Mary, to add a beer to it. So I've heard that called the Red Eye or the Bloody Bull, or there's all kinds of things. You can also, some people use beef bouillon in their Bloody Mary, and I think they refer to that as a Bloody Bull. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is a Bloody Mary can be whatever you want it to be. And if you don't like something, calm down, settle down. Just don't put it in it. Move on. Okay, so I've got my V8, I have got my Clamato. So now it's really up to what you want to do. This is what I do. So one of my secrets in my $1 Million Mary, a little balsamic vinegar. Shh, don't tell anyone. Just a little balsamic vinegar, just a bit. Lovely. Then you can't have a Bloody Mary without lamb Perrins. I'm not even going to try to say Worcestershire sauce on here. I did just say it. Did it work? I don't know. So you're going to have a little Worcestershire. Okay. Then, this is a little specialty of mine. You're going to need a little juice from cocktail onions. Just a little. And yes, I have washed and sanitized my hands. Let me tell you what I did earlier tonight. I did some house cleaning and disinfecting with bleach, and then I used hand sanitizer behind the bleach, and I was getting ready to do this and tried to put my contacts in. Oh no, wrong. Don't do that. Do not do that. Okay, so then we have to have, you gotta have your horseradish, and we want to be big kids. We want the big, hot, fancy horseradish. Because I couldn't get my contacts in, I can't read this, but it's the, I would butcher that word anyway. But you want some really yummy, good horseradish. And so we want some horseradish in there. What did I hear you say? Leonie, I don't like horseradish? Then guess what? Don't put it in. Get it? This is not a make or break. This is what you like. It's what you prefer. Okay, so I got my horseradish in there. Now, let's face it, it's not a Bloody Mary unless you kick it up a notch. But you know what? Before we go there, let's talk about another little spot of fear. How to handle fear, okay? So, remind yourself, okay, reasons not to worry. So when you get worried and you get stressed and you're getting so wound up, like my allergy cough, I think I have the Rona 20 times a day. I have a hot flash, I take my temperature. I mean, it can get ridiculous. But when you're starting to get overwhelmed or a little fearful, remind yourself the reasons not to be worried, because you've been social distancing. You've been staying at home. You've been washing your hands. You know, so just remind yourself you've been doing what you're supposed to do. And that's a reason not to worry, if that makes sense. The other thing too is know the facts. You know, there's so many crazy things that are coming out there, but go online, go to the CDC's website, and just learn the real facts. Dr. Oz, he was so funny. It was a couple of weeks back. He actually, they had to bleep him out because he was so aggravated on his show that he let the F word fly because he was trying to explain, you know, stop it with the hand sanitizer, soap and water, okay? You're going to hear reports between 20 and 30 seconds. I am way too ADD to count that high or to sing happy birthday. So basically what I do is I use my soap and my water and I'll just wash my hands twice. Now, I did look at a little tutorial. So you want to do between your fingers, you want to do the palms of your hands, you want to do the backs of your hands, you want to do both ways, and you want to get all up in your thumbs, get the soap all over it, shampoo it off. My hairdresser coming out in me, rinse it off, and then do it all over again. And by that point, you're gonna have, you know, and come on up to here. So hand sanitizer is great. It's, you know, perfect, especially for if you're on the run, but you really shouldn't be on the run because we should be staying home. But, you know, in between things, keep it around your house, keep it in your car. If you have to do the groceries or you got to go to the drugstore to get your prescriptions, you know, your hand sanitizer can be really handy. But just remember soap and water, okay? See, there's, again, it's just going to happen. Another thing, too, I want to know, and I'm going to have you drop a line in the comments, prior to my $1 Million Mary magic, who makes your favorite Bloody Mary? And I'm going to tell you mine. So Mary Mahoney's, love their Bloody Marys. They do their own Bloody Mary mix. Absolutely fantastic. And they're kind of family, and I'm kind of spoiled, and I kind of do, you know, Eileen's hair. So sometimes I get a Bloody Mary that's a little extra, because I'm a little extra. So it has a little extra stuff in it, like maybe some shrimp and some, but anyway, I digress. So Mary Mahoney's, love their Bloody Marys, love their Bloody Mary mix. Just Us Lounge, fantastic Bloody Marys. I went in one time to get one, and it was a new bartender, and she's like, hold on, Lynn just taught me how to make the Bloody Marys here. So I'm going to assume that recipe is Lynn's, and she's been in business, and she's been supporting the LGBTQ community and all of us for so many years, and I'm proud to call her friend. But they have a great Bloody Mary. And then Linda, my bartender at the Half Shell in downtown Biloxi, they do a Cajun martini. So basically, it's like if a Bloody Mary and a martini had a baby. Holy hell, it's to die for. And they put a raw oyster in the bottom, and it is fantastic. We went one Sunday to watch the Saints game at the bar, and we were drinking those. And a girlfriend of mine started dating this guy, and they had just been dating a hot minute. And I was drinking them, and he was drinking them alongside of me. And by Tuesday, when we heard from him, he said, I can never drink that red stuff again. He said, because I died. I said, you what? He said, I died. He said, I know, I was at my own funeral. So you can't have a whole bunch of those, because literally it's like if a martini and a Bloody Mary had a baby. But it's fantastic, and God bless Half Shell for those. But my all-time favorite Bloody Mary is at in my city, my heart song city of New Orleans. God bless everyone there. God bless everyone and what you're going through. You know, if I see one negative comment about New Orleans, I just have to pray and scroll past it, because it's killing me. That's my people. That's where my people come from. But Sylvain on Charters is I love Sylvain, and their Bloody Mary is so amazing. They make their own, they squeeze their own tomatoes. They literally make their own tomato juice. And their Bloody Mary is served with a baby pony beer. So trust me, and it's gotten me through a couple of hot moments of hangovers. So anyway, but drop in the comment where your favorite Bloody Mary comes from. After tonight, it's going to be this $1 Million Mary. Okay, so anyway, now, you know what I don't have out? I'm going to have to run and get it. So you're going to have to hear me talk. I'm running right around this camera to the refrigerator. We've got to have a little olive juice. Trust me, because there's not enough salt in the Clamato and the V8. Give me a break. It was low sodium. So hold on. I'm going to get the olive juice. I'll be right back. I'm still here. I'm in my slippers if you hear them. Absolutely. Look, I'm back. Let me see, how does it look? Ta-da! Dirty martini mix, which is olive brine, which is the juice from olives. Doesn't matter how you do it, how you use it, but we're going to throw a little bit of that in there too. Okay? All right. So let me see. Let me do a little survey. I think I've done everything I'm supposed to do at this point. So now you're going to shake your Bloody Mary in ice, because we are not going to fill our Bloody Mary glass up to the rim with ice. That takes up too much room in the glass. As Mame Dennis said, she don't even have an olive in her martini because it takes up too much room in the glass. So we're going to shake it, and what we're doing is we're getting everything melted. See, I told you I forgot something. I'm not so great at this YouTube thing. My most favorite thing, lemon juice. Look at this little old school thing I've had for 1,000 years, and I don't know where it came from, but it's old as hell. And so we got to use our lemon juice. I love citrus. I love lemons, limes. So you put as much or as little as you want. When I get my Bloody Mary at Mary Mahoney's, like one of their bartenders she just rolls her eyes because she's got to go get like 4 extra lemons, because I love a lot of lemons. So I put lemon juice. I love lemon juice in there. And of course, what else did I forget? You gotta kick it up a notch, right? We gotta have some hot sauce. We are a Crystal family. That's who we are. So you can use, Crystal hot sauce. Use any hot sauce you want. But if you're a cool kid, you use Crystal. And we love Miss Penny. We love her. Miss Penny, his Miss Crystal. But anyway, but they now have a garlic hot sauce that I adore. And I do not like things burning hot. I really don't. I love a aromatic burn like wasabi and horseradish. I love all of that. I like a nice kick and I like an afterburn. Once my lips burn, I'm done. So, but this garlic, it's absolutely delicious. And I'm telling you, Crystal is the real deal as far as I'm concerned. But again, you don't have to like it. Use what you want. So there is my hot sauce. Now I'm going to go back. Oh, it probably helped to put some vodka in here. You know what my problem is tonight? I haven't had anything to drink. I have a cocktail over here that's getting all watered down, so I'm gonna go ahead and have a sip. Gotcha. That's good. So we need some vodka, or some vodka is what I call it when I drink too much of it. So Tito's, whatever vodka you love, whatever you prefer. Grey Goose. If you're, I'm a Grey Goose girl for my martinis. I love a Tito's for my Tito's and soda with lime. Whatever vodka you prefer. And honestly, if you're making the Marys for the masses, say that 3 times fast. If you're making the Marys for the masses, Smirnoff triple distilled. Fantastic vodka to do this with. So we're going to go ahead and put some vodka in. Now, my ratio for vodka is 1/3 to 1/3 of the cocktail mix, which I'm going to do a little more. That's 1/3. So basically, it's like 2 parts of your mix to 1 part of vodka. And if that didn't math right, do not hold it against me. I'm a hairdresser. Remember, I don't measure. Now, what you can do is you can go on the Google if you'd like. This is going to be too full, so I'm not going to be able to shake it. You can go on the Google if you'd like and double check any recipe, any Bloody Mary recipe, and compare how many ounces to how many ounces of mix. You know, whatever you want to do. But I've just been doing it so long, I'm making an absolute mess, that I just kind of know. You know what I mean? So, okay. So, let's go over one more thing to conquer fear. So we need to occupy your mind with something other than the Rona. Is it a hobby? Is it music? Is it a book? Is it a new craft you're going to take up? Oh my gosh. So one of my best girlfriends, I'm going to call her Goose. That's her nickname. And to protect her, because I don't know how this YouTube thing works. And I don't know if you can just call people out, but it's precious. So one of my best girlfriends, Goose, she got online and was ordering toilet paper. And she's like, oh, wow, there's a case of toilet paper and it's available. So she got it shipped. She got 12 rolls, a full case of the T-box toilet paper. Like the toilet paper, as my mom would call it, that goes in the lock box, like when you're at a concert in the Coliseum. Oh my God. Dying, only her. And so she has made all kinds of crafts and Easter baskets, and it's absolutely hysterical. So God bless her for that. But I don't know why I got on that subject. Anyway, we call her Goose, not because she likes Grey Goose, because we're so old, our favorite movie in high school was Top Gun. Okay, so I'm going to put this ice over here. And remember what I said about not too much ice in the glass? Well, something we absolutely have to do is you've got to rim your glass. If you're doing a Bloody Mary, we're going to need a rimmer, okay? And so you can take a lemon, you can take a lime, you can take a jalapeno, whatever you would like. And then you're going to have your little rimmer concoction here. And in this is salt, which is, kosher salt, and Old Bay seasoning, okay? Some people, if you like to burn yourself up, you can put some cayenne, paprika, whatever you want to put in there. Again, what did I say about a Bloody Mary? If you don't like it, leave it out. And if you love it, put it in. There's a gnat flying around. I don't know if y'all can see him on camera. So once you put your lemon juice, you're going to rim, right? Put your rimmer on. Fantastic. Then we're going to throw a little bit of ice back in the glass. And y'all, as you can see, I am totally not a bartender. I make these, when I make my $1 Million Marys, they were in like vats. They were in like big, huge things. So if I'm making a hot mess here, it is not, well, let's face it, I am a hot mess. So we're going to go ahead and pour your concoction over in your glass. And I do have to give a shout out. Who recognizes this glass? So another bestie of mine, we went from brownies, kindergarten through our senior year in high school together, and we're still friends till this day, and we're old. We loved tabs so much back in the day that when they were going to take the saccharin out of it, when saccharin became like rats are dying or whatever, we just knew it was going to screw up the taste of tab. So we got in her Renault Le Car. Don't know if you know what that is, but it was a cool car. And we went to every grocery store between Pass Christian and probably Pascagoula and bought up every bit of tab we could while it still had saccharin in it, because we were just for sure it was going to change the taste. And we loved it so much I would drink tab hot. I mean, it didn't matter. So her last trip home, she came to see me and she brought me 12 tab glasses, like the original ones from the commercial, and I'm very pleased with them. And they are now my Bloody Mary glasses, so I love them. A few more things let's hit before I garnish, and then we're going to wrap this video up. So if you live alone, and it breaks my heart when I'm on the Facebook and I see that people are weathering the storm all alone in their house, call friends. Okay, and if you know a friend who lives alone, call them. Don't just text message them, call them on the phone. I hate talking on a phone. Can you believe that? As much as I love to talk. So it's text message always, but FaceTime, oh gosh, we had some friends drop by for a virtual cocktail Saturday night on FaceTime. I had another group of friends, we had a girls' happy hour on Zoom, and this Sunday, which I guess is supposed to be Easter, I don't know, I'm so discombobulated, I have a group of us who are getting together in our slippers and for champagne Easter morning. So, and we're doing that by like house call or house something. Anyway, it's an app in the phone. But please, please, please reach out, stay home, but reach out to friends who are riding this out alone. Okay. And if you cook, I'm telling you to stay home, but maybe put something in a Ziploc container and do a front porch drop. And then after you're gone, message them and say, hey, I just dropped something on your front porch, you know. So take care of your friends who are alone. And if you're alone, please reach out. Call me. You can message me. I can give my phone number right here. I don't care. But you can find me on the Facebook, Lavish Salon or Leonie Simmons or Dime Store Diva, and call me. I love to talk. I never sleep. I'm a chronic insomniac. So, okay, let's see. Let's garnish. So now we have our Bloody Mary. Now, garnish is the bomb diggity when it comes to, and y'all, those extreme Bloody Marys I adore. So like the whole fried chicken and a whole pizza and like a hot dog and a slider, and when it comes to Bloody Mary, as far as I'm in it, more the merrier. I'm all about it. But I will show you what my typical garnish is. And you know what, y'all? Another quick something I was thinking about. There's a lot going on right now, obviously. I see people get on soapboxes about different things. I see them get on rants about the federal government and about your SBA loan and about unemployment. And trust me, the frustration is absolutely warranted. I get that. But y'all, sometimes, shut up and laugh. I'm telling you, it's going to make everything just a little bit easier. I've come a long way since day 2 of unemployment, when I had a hard time getting out of a robe and couldn't even put my wig on. Shut up and laugh. Okay? Anyway, so here's some of my garnishing favorites. So I've got my beef stick right here. Brick and Spoon restaurants, they build an amazing Bloody Mary. And one of the options you can get off their menu is a Slim Jim straw. How freaking awesome is that? So, beef stick, little slice of cucumber. I love me some cucumber. Cannot do a Bloody Mary without celery. And now that I'm saying that, normally in my rimmer goes some celery salt. And normally in my Bloody Mary goes some celery salt. See? I forgot something. This is a fantastic little pickled Brussels sprout, a baby corn, or as my friend T. Rankin refers to as nighttime Mahoney's corn. There's a story behind that, don't worry. A little pickled baby cocktail onion, a pickle, adore pickles. Here's just a little baby plain old olive. I love a blue cheese stuffed olive. You could use Kalamata, but you know, times are tough around here. Of course, you cannot do it without your pickled okra. and then a little marinated sweet chili pepper, a little piece of salami, and then let's finish it off on the end with your little slice of jalapeno. And you can put as much jalapeno in there as you would like, just depending on what you like. Then I just love, I'm a bell pepper kind of girl, so I'll put me a little bell pepper. I just hang it on there. This makes a really nice show for when your peeps come over. And cannot do it without lemon. You know, what did I say? More citrus, the better. Lime. Don't forget your lime. I'm just cracking myself up. This is so, I can't believe I'm even doing that. Cucumber. Put your little cucumber in there. Do not forget your spicy bean. Oh, that is so good. And let that baby sit in there till the end. It's fantastic. Little peppercini. Just shove your peppercini in there. And I know what y'all are gonna say. How are you gonna drink that? But really, guys, look how beautiful that is. Something just fell off, and that's okay too. I think it was jalapeno. I mean, really? Look how gorgeous that is. And how am I gonna drink that? Look at me. I promise you I'll find a way. So, to finish this up, let me say this. I don't know what I'm doing. I just know I want to identify and be relevant and reach out to my clients and my friends. We're going to have more tutorials. They, again, you know, you may love them, you may hate them, whatever works for you. But the fear in this situation, it's real. And depression is very, very real. So here's what I'm going to tell you. If you are out there, if you're listening to me, and if this is all getting too big and you're too overwhelmed, please reach out to a friend. Practice some of the things we talked about. But here's the deal. This is just stuff I've read on the internet. I'm a hairdresser. You know, it's the next best thing to your psychologist. But for real, if it's too big and it's too heavy, please reach out for professional help. There's no shame in it. There's no shame in life through pharmaceuticals. I'm a living example. I've lost too many friends to the disease of depression, and I don't ever want to see that happen again. And we're fighting this disease of the coronavirus. But if things are too big, and you don't even have to get out of your house now, there's online resources where you can actually, you know, do therapy and speak to someone online, and there's no shame in it. So please reach out, you know. And if you're too afraid to do that, reach out to me. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out. There's 1-800 numbers out there. We can get you some help. So I wouldn't have made it through the loss of my brother and closing my salon without good friends, pharmaceuticals, and professional help. So don't be ashamed in that, okay? The other night, my Bobby and I watched a movie, and it was Ford versus Ferrari. If you haven't seen the movie, absolutely fantastic, and you do not have to be a racing fan. But there was a quote in the movie that just hit me at my core, and it was, if you're going to push a machine to its limits and expect it not to break, you've got to have some sense of what those limits are. So what I'm saying is we're pushing ourselves to our limits right now. We really are. Our limits of handling the world, handling our finances, handling your children if you're homeschooling, frontline workers, my God. Those limits have never been pushed like this before in any time, much less our generation. So if you're going to push a machine to its limits and expect it not to break, you've got to have some sense of what those limits are. And that's your mental health, okay? So you're pushing yourself to the limits. Figure out how to get those moments of peace. Figure out when you're close to your limits and reach out. Okay? So, all right. Well, there's my $1 Million Mary tutorial and a little information on fear. I promise you every bit of that was plagiarized off of stuff I read off the internet. I know very little about YouTube, and God only knows I'll maybe getting shut down because I don't know how all that works. But right now I know how my heart works, and that is I love my people. And thank you for loving me. And we'll see what the next tutorial holds. I hadn't decided on which one that is. But stay tuned. Leonie Simmons on Facebook, Dime Store Diva on Facebook and Instagram, and Lavish Salon on the Facebook. And evidently I'm going to have to get a Twitter, is what I found out now. So how did Julia Child say it? Bon appetit? Bye, guys. It's been so much fun. I have a little remote to turn this off, and now I don't know what I did with my remote. So I'm just going to walk around. I thought I was going to be so sassy, and I'm just going to hit the off button. So, okay? Shut up and laugh. And remember, just do today. Love you guys.